At Numerian Capital, we bring you the latest stock news each day. Please like and subscribe so we can bring these articles to you each day. Thank you. Today, October 25, 2023, Mullen Stock gets closer to death with plans for another reverse stock split. A value trap fueled by hype, heading toward disaster. Mullen proposes yet another reverse stock split, this time up to an extreme 1 for 100, after completing a 1 for 225 split in 2023. With no revenue and burning $300 million plus per quarter, Mullen is an ultra-high risk stock relying on dilution and splits. Massive headwinds make it nearly impossible for Mullen shareholders to come out ahead sustainably. With effectively no revenue and burning through nearly $1/3 billion just last quarter alone, Mullen Automotive, Nasdaq MULN, is the poster child of an ultra-high risk, speculative stock. The company has achieved no truly meaningful milestones or tangible results thus far, instead existing solely on the back of investor cash injections. Of course, occasional short squeezes induced by hype-driven retail traders have temporarily boosted its stock price. However, the company's underlying financial fundamentals and operational results remain astoundingly weak. Yet another reverse stock split. Mullen recently proposed yet another reverse stock split, this time an astonishing 1 for 100, coming after already completing splits totaling 1 for 225 so far this year. Of course, this move clearly signals that Mullen is in a desperate downward spiral and grasping at straws to prop up its flailing stock price. Naturally, reverse stock splits are typically last-ditch efforts for companies to artificially boost their stock prices and avoid a dreaded delisting from major exchanges. Mullen seems intent on continually doing split after split, inorganically inflating its stock price, while simultaneously diluting shareholders via the massive issuances of new shares. From my perspective, this vicious cycle of reverse splitting and diluting completely destroys shareholder value, and will eventually render the stock worthless over the long term. Why you should stay a mile away from Mullen stock? Ultimately, Mullen is a zero-revenue, massively diluted penny stock desperately relying on reverse splits to maintain its Nasdaq listing and an illusion of legitimacy. From my perspective, it fits perfectly into the toxic category of stocks to avoid at all costs. Of course, I see virtually no viable path forward for Mullen stock to recover sustainably anytime in the foreseeable future. The massive headwinds of outrageous dilution coupled with massive cash burn make it nearly impossible for shareholders to come out ahead in this scenario. Naturally, shorting a stock like Mullen is an exceptionally risky proposition that should be avoided by most investors. However, shorting just may be the only sensible way to play this imploding stock on its downward slide toward irrelevance. Personally, I believe Mullen is a toxic option for long-term investors interested in generating real returns. With the company's accelerating dilution and reverse splits, current shareholders will likely end up with mere pennies even in the unlikely event that Mullen succeeds in producing and selling vehicles. Of course, pipe dreams of potential short squeezes pumping up the stock price temporarily simply provide false hope. I believe blindly betting on short-term pops in Mullen stock while ignoring the glaring red flags is a recipe for losing everything. Can you still win with Mullen stock? Of course, some speculative investors will insist on playing Russian roulette with Mullen regardless, lured in by fantasies of the meme stock mania of recent years repeating moving forward. Naturally, I believe throwing hard-earned money into a literal fire pit likely stands a better chance of leaving you with more leftover cash than investing in Mullen at this point. The shareholder-unfriendly actions of management make it clear this is a stock focused on self-enrichment rather than creating value. With its dilutive shenanigans, terrible financials, and lack of tangible progress on production, Mullen stock simply has no place in a prudent investor's portfolio, in my opinion. The company's massive headwinds and flaws make it nearly impossible to justify investing in this company under any normal circumstances. The bottom line. Of course, I cannot advise anyone to short a stock as fundamentally broken as Mullen due to the irrational risks involved, but that might be the only way you can make money with Mullen stock. However, longing for this imploding company without an ultra-speculative mindset seems utterly foolish. Personally, I plan to stay far away from Mullen as the EV company continues to burn through cash and repeat its reverse split cycle. I urge other investors to avoid buying into false hype and joining this ride toward inevitable disaster as well. Thanks for watching.